It's going down on Saturday, the Big Ten championship game between Penn State and Oregon, airing on CBS at 8 Eastern from Indianapolis. The third-ranked Nittany Lions looking to hit 12 wins in a season for the fourth time in program history. They won it in 2016. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've got the only undefeated team left in the country, Oregon, who can become the sixth team to defeat Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State in the same season. The tale of the tape for this one as we get set for Saturday. It's just the first meeting since the Rose Bowl of the 1994 season between these two teams, as Oregon will become the third FBS team in the past 50 years to start 12-0 in the first season in a new conference. So many storylines in this one, with seeding implications for the college football playoff on the line as well. And to continue the conversation, we bring in the former Oregon great running back, LaMichael James. And LaMichael, thank you for joining us. First, I was going to ask you about the game a little bit and how you're feeling, but I like to be dressed very well. But I say you're taking the cake with the fit you've got going on. I want to just give you the opportunity to just show the people what you're rocking right now.
Oh man, you know, I gotta represent always. Oregon set the standard when it came to what's the new term the young kids use now, the drip. So I gotta uphold that no matter where I'm at. You know, from Oregon, Texas, California, you just gotta continue that trend because Oregon's a national brand, and that's what we're known for. You know, I got the Oregon hat, the Oregon jacket. I always got to be fresh as the daisy, always.
Yeah, I think the kids also say like drip or drown as well a little bit. We can throw that out there also. I'm wondering, like, your vibe currently right now, if I did a vibe check, how are you feeling as we get set for the game on Saturday?
Feel great. You know, the game is played on the field, but just looking at it and looking at the matchup, man, I really like Oregon. I think they're playing their best ball. They're peaking. They started out slow, but they're picking up momentum, and they're doing really well. They're playing and hitting on all cylinders.
From like a fact standpoint, when you look at Oregon, you look at Penn State, both of them ranked top 2 in the Big Ten with total yards per game, completion percentage, sacks allowed as well. What do you think will be key? And like, as you're watching a game of this magnitude, like, what are you looking for from your football mind and from your acumen of playing the game?
Oh man, when I'm watching this game, I really believe that touchdowns, no field goals, are going to win this game. Penn State has a stout defense. I watched them when they played Ohio State. They're good. I really like number 44. I really like the running back. I think he's really, really good. But man, I really like Oregon. I like what they got going on right now, and they're hitting on all cylinders.
So is it a homer hat that you have on right now with the Ducks, or because clearly you're rocking with Oregon no matter what? So I'm curious then, what's the score prediction for this going to be?
Ooh, you got me on the spot. If I had to pick a score, I'm going to say 35-21.
Okay.
Oregon.
Okay, 35-21, so a 2-touchdown victory for Oregon. Playing devil's advocate here maybe, because I think we can assume that, of course, Oregon's going to make it into the college football playoff regardless of a loss here. How excited are you to see this new 12-team format and see what the Ducks can do, even if you guys do lose and maybe don't get to have that first-round bye anymore?
Honestly, I think it's great for college football. Just being a fan of the game, not just specifically Oregon, looking at it, I can honestly say I just can't pick one team this year and say that team is going to win, you know, even though I'm rocking with all the Oregon gear. But, man, it's wide open. I think there's, 7 or 8 teams that easily can win this thing this year. And that's kind of what you want. You know, every year you see the Alabama, you see the Clemsons, and Oregon's in that top tier. But, man, this year it's just wide open, and I think it's good.
I know you like to watch a lot of football at once. That's why you're not going to the game on Saturday. What team across the country has maybe like really caught your eye, obviously, outside of Oregon?
I like Texas. I really do. Watch a lot of Texas. You know, you never can count out Georgia just because it's Georgia and that defense. Think they'll figure it out. Man, it's a lot of teams. You still can't count Ohio State. They're still a good team. I think they took Oregon down to the wire and, lost it at the end. You can't count teams out like that, man. it's a lot of good teams out there.
Yeah, a lot of good teams to make things very interesting for the close of the season. But I think another season that's kind of closing right now, of course, National Signing Day was yesterday. I don't know how closely you follow recruiting, but you guys in Oregon got a 5-star corner, Naeem Offord, who flipped his commitment from Ohio State to then join Oregon. And talking yesterday to CBS Sports, he actually talked about how Phil Knight played a big reason and why he wanted to go to Oregon, said that Phil Knight is going to help him to get his own shoe. What was your experience like at Oregon being around Phil Knight? And then also, like, what do you consider the best Nike gear that you own?
Oh, man, that's a jam-packed question. I can speak on this one for sure. I remember when I was being recruited in high school and being 17, 18, and, you know, I was being recruited by SEC schools, and most of those schools were Adidas. And I'm like, man, I can't rock with Adidas. Like, I can't, I got to look good, play good. You know, I think Deion said that. And I just felt like I just wouldn't be great unless I had the swoosh on it, the check on my feet. So while I was being recruited, I always wanted to go play for a Nike school. And what is a better program to play for than, you know, Oregon itself? You know, Phil Knight's alumni, the Nike headquarters in Oregon. And, you know, he's around the program each and every week supporting the guys. We get the freshest gear, freshest gloves. So, you know, you will see things that come out 2 or 3 years later, and we'll already have it. And as far as just Nike gear, man, probably just the team issue Jordans that we get, you know, each and every year.
What's your favorite J then?
Favorite J. And you know, I used to think the 13s was real fly, and that's back when I was in school. But man, they coming out with the dunks now with Oregon, and them things are crazy. So I'm at the road with the dunks right now, man. They're probably my top Nike shoe.
Okay, so Offord yesterday after he committed to Oregon, this is what he said. I want to read it here for you so you can see. Talking about Phil Knight, he said he played a big role, like a huge big role. He's actually waiting on me to get up there. He's got a lot of stuff planned for me. He's going to help me make my shoe. So then my question for you, LaMichael, if you're making your own shoe sponsored by Phil Knight, done by Nike, what would that shoe look like?
Ooh, man, that's tough. You know what? I'm real big on the foam-posite look. I think that's a little different. You seen the Nike Air foam-posites?
Yes. Okay. So, are you going high top or a low top for the shoe?
I'm gonna go probably. I play running back, so I gotta kind of go with a mid.
Okay.
A little lower mid. I can't rock the high tops. No, sir. I can't do that. So like a mid low would be good. The foam posites, man, they're a little bulky, but they got a lot of support. Got to put the Oregon Duck on there. Maybe doing the push up, something cool. But man, the sky is the limit right now. And you look at the Oregon uniform, and it's just, you know, it's evolving. The cleats are evolving. They even got a cleat that changed colors, you know, when the sun hit it.
Yeah.
I would just pick those, honestly. Just give me those.
Okay. I see what you're rocking with. You know, Ashton Jeanty being one of the Heisman finalists, most likely. Of course, you were a Heisman finalist playing in your college days. How much do you think, and do you want to see a running back win the Heisman? Are you pushing for Ashton Jeanty to be able to get the crown?
Honestly, I'm pushing for Dylan Gabriel. I mean, I feel like his name should be more in those talks as well. But Ashton Jeanty, man, I'm a running back. I don't want to be biased. I think he's one of the best running backs, you know, I've seen in the last decade. What he's doing is crazy. I don't care who he's playing, who he's going against, what time he's playing against them. You know, he's a elite talent. But on the flip side, you look at Travis Hunter, man, and you never seen anything like that before. You know, it's easy to sit back and be like, oh, you know, this and that. But man, just being able to play that many snaps and be dominant on both sides of the ball for, you know, 10 to 12 games out of season, and that's remarkable. And also, you know, he's playing in Colorado, so no one's even taking in the fact that, you know, he's playing at altitude. That's tough itself, you know, and being dominant.
Yeah.
So I think it would be just a toss up, but you know, Ashton Jeanty, I'll probably roll with the running back, just being a fellow running back myself, and he's a Texas guy too.
Yeah, he's certainly, those numbers just video game number, like to be for sure, kind of like create your own situation, which gets me to, I need you to now, I'm going to have you create your all-time Oregon offense. So we're going to do a QB, 2 wide receivers, a running back, and tight end. We can slide you in there at running back already. So I need to have all-time Oregon offense. I need 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a QB.
Ooh, that's tough. Man, you know what? You can even take me out. I'll pick a new running back.
Okay, it's your game. It's your game.
You know what? I'll probably pick running back Jonathan Stewart.
Okay.
Just because he was someone that I looked up to. You know, before going to Oregon, I looked at Stu, and then realizing, you know, he's a 235-pound running back with 4.4 speed. He's a force. Quarterback, I have to take, obviously, Marcus Mariota. Won the Heisman. He can throw, he can run. He's a dual-threat guy. Very calm, very composed, and you know, I think he's an elite talent himself. Receiver, I gotta go with Tez Johnson for. I gotta put my guy Tez in the slot.
Okay.
His speed, his aloofness, being an elite route runner is just, you know, it's next level. So I gotta pick him. And another receiver. I need a big receiver. LT, Tuane, play with me. Because, you know, being a running back, you need somebody to be on the edge that can block for you. And he's one of those. And he's also can go high point the ball. He can catch. Got to pick him. Tight end, Ed Dixon.
Okay.
Ed Dixon, for sure. He's probably the best tight end I've seen play at Oregon.
I got to give you props for not just immediately sliding yourself in there at running back and giving the accolades to Jonathan Stewart. Always very nice, because he certainly had a great career in the NFL as well. And I know how you mentioned you're from Texas. You went to high school with one of our coworkers here at CBS Sports, Will Middlebrooks. I'm wondering, what is your best Will Middlebrooks story? Do you have a story? Do you remember being there on the high school grounds with him?
I do. Man, I talk to Will all the time. We're really close friends. Can't say enough about Will. Man, I was on the ground with him on the football field each and every week. But, you know, did you know Will was he could have been a Division I punter. He probably could be in the NFL if he wanted to be a real punter. That's probably something that not a lot of people know about Will. He was an outstanding kicker, although, you know, he was a good quarterback as well. Probably one of the most athletic guys I've ever been around.
Could you play baseball if you wanted to?
Could I play baseball? I was the guy that when someone got on base, they would put me in to run the bases.
So straight speed, maybe lay down a bunt and then beat it out to first. That could be your game a little bit?
Yeah, I got to get it right, you know, halfway from, you know, to third base, though.
Okay.
It got to be a perfect bunt.
Yeah. I feel you. I appreciate the time so much, LaMichael James, talking some Oregon football and everything else as we get ready for the Big Ten championship game. Happy Saturday watching all the games, LaMichael, and thank you so much for the time.
Hey, thank you, man. You have a good one.
You too. And, of course, don't forget that game between Penn State and Oregon for the Big Ten championship game. You hear the music. You know what that means. It is airing on CBS this Saturday, 8 Eastern from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Also, we'll stream on Paramount+. We'll have a crew there as well. All the coverage on HQ in the game on CBS.